Welcome to Stamp Nails 101. What's up, nail crew? This is Nicole, your fellow nail obsessed DIYer, and we are going into everything you need to successfully stamp your nails at home. We're going to start with all the essentials. First up is your nail stamping plate. This is the image that you're going to use to pick up and apply to your nails. There are tons of them, and the ones that I have right now are from Maniology. Everything I have right here is from Maniology. They sent me this cute plate, and I knew it was going to be perfect for some upcoming manis I had planned. I want to do some cute little flowers for summer. This was a great way to teach everybody all the do's and don'ts for stamping and everything that you're going to need. So you're going to need your stamping polishes. Pick out whatever colors you think you'd like to do on your stamping plate. Then you'll also need acetone, isopropyl alcohol, a bunch of cotton balls, and then you also want to have your tweezers, sticky base, and a nail polish top coat. I like to use the smudge-free top coat from Maniology, and then top that at the end with the Seche Vide, I don't know if I'm saying that right, with their speed dry coat. That's super, super shiny. Then you also want to make sure you have your stamper and your scraper. Your scraper is what you're going to use to scrape the polish. If you make a mistake, you want to make sure that you have those cotton balls because that's how you're going to wipe off the polish with acetone and then go over it with isopropyl alcohol. Now, first I like to start with my base mani underneath. You can stamp over nail polish, gel polish, or dip powder. You can also stamp over any kind of gel, really. So if you're doing builder gel, rubber base, any of those would work for stamping over top of. And for this mani, I have on rubber base as an overlay on my nails, and then I'm gonna do 2 layers of this beautiful dip powder. That's actually a color changer, which is why I wanted to do these really cute little flowers with it. This dip is called Penny. It changes from this light pinkish white shimmer to a real pretty like medium pinkish shimmer, and I thought it'd be perfect to do these fun black and white little flowers with it for a summery mani. So anytime I'm doing my dip nails and I'm going to do stamping over it, I just do 2 layers of dip powder, a layer of clear, and then I go in and activate, I buff and shape, and then I'll go in and do my stamping. When you're using dip powder as your base of your stamp mani, you want to make sure that you dip all of your colors and then you activate them. You don't want to go any further on that with your dip liquid steps. You definitely don't want to stamp over a finished dip powder mani that's been top coated because your stamp nails aren't going to stick. Your stamped images are not going to stick. So I'm doing my 2 layers of the dip and making sure that I keep it as thin as possible since my nails are really short, and then I'm going to add on the stamps and the layers of the nail polish too. So I do that pretty much any mani that I do, whether I'm using dip liquids, gel, builder gel, whatever I'm trying to do. I like to keep my layers really, really thin. Whenever I'm dipping shimmers or solids, I like to pour my powders over my nail. And whenever I'm dipping flakes, foils, or glitters, I like to lay my nail flat. That just gives me the best application possible and allows for me not to have to buff and shape as much as I would if I dipped my nail in. I know a lot of people do like to dip their nail in, but ever since I stopped dipping my nails in, I was able to keep my layers a lot thinner. So that's why I stopped dipping my nails into the powder, and you really rarely see me ever dip my nails in. Once in a while, I'll dip my nails into the clear dip powder just kind of because I'm being lazy. For the most part, I pour everything over. Once you do each layer of the dip nails, you want to make sure you brush off really well in between the layers. This is going to keep them nice and thin as well as your application. No matter what kind of dip I'm doing, I finish up every nail with a layer of clear dip powder. This protects my dip powders when I'm buffing and shaping. If you're dipping with gels, you don't want to use clear dip powder as your final base. Gels and clear dip powder don't mesh that well. Clear dip powders tend to look a little bit grainy when you're using gels. So anytime I'm using gels, I top with 1 to 2 layers of base gel that I cure each one, or I do builder gel to encapsulate really big glitters. And then if you're using nail polish as your base for your stamping, you just wait till you're done with each nail polish layer and it's fully dry before you go into your stamping over the polish. And if you're using gels before you stamp, you're going to want to make sure that each layer of dip nails or your gel colors are finished, and then you do a layer of gel base before you start your stamping. Something that I started doing when I'm stamping is I like to protect the skin around my nail where I'm going to stamp. It is so much easier than having to wipe all your skin off with alcohol or some kind of nail polish remover. So I was using liquid latex, but I can't find my liquid latex, and I bought these little nail protector like sticky tab things. I had to look up on Amazon what they were called. I kept forgetting they are called nail protectors or skin barriers, and they're a little bit harder to finagle around your nails than just slapping some liquid latex on, but I know everybody can't use liquid latex, and I wanted to show another option. So once you have that on and it's all situated around your nail, I go over the whole thing with pure acetone first, using a cotton ball and then some nail tweezers to just wipe it off, and then I spray it with some isopropyl alcohol, wipe the stamping plate off again just to make sure it's really nice and clean. Then I take a lint roller and roll over my stamper, my jelly stamper, and wipe my scraping pad off with some alcohol. Let's just make sure everything is clean and ready to go for when you're going to stamp. Then I like to basically get everything out and ready so that I can kind of practice without the actual stamp or stamper on and practice the motions that I'm going to do. Next, you'll put on your layer of Maniology sticky base to the nail that you're going to do the stamp on. And you want to let it dry about 15 to 20 seconds so that it's tacky, but it's not super wet. Then you'll put on your stamping polish, and you put the stamping polish on one area of where you want to stamp. You don't apply it to the entire place you want to stamp because you're going to use your scraper and scrape the excess polish downwards. You can scrape from side to side, but whatever way you scrape, you're going to want to roll the stamper in the opposite direction. I took the scraper and scraped downwards after I applied the white polish to the top. When I rolled my stamper on it, I rolled upwards. I'm going to use the same stamp over and over, and I want to do this just to show you guys how you can do some layers with different colors. That's really a really simple, easy way. And also so you can see how I practiced doing each stamp and what you have to do if you want to use the same image over and over. So if you're using the same image over and over, in between each stamp, you're going to have to clean it with pure acetone and then clean it with alcohol and let that all dry before you go in with your next amount of stamping polish and then do your scraping. A couple big keys to stamping is you don't want to put too much polish onto the plate. If you put a ton of polish onto the plate, your image is not going to pick up because you need to scrape a majority of it off. So it takes some getting used to how much you're going to put on the image. If you have a large image like I'm doing now that's going to cover my whole nail, I only put on enough to cover not even half of it. And I scrape hard. I don't scrape so hard that I'm getting it stuck on the plate, but you want to scrape hard and fast. That's the only way that you're going to get the excess polish off the plate and then have just enough on there that you can roll the stamper. Rolling the stamper also really helps to pick up your image. When you roll your stamper, you want to roll it quick and very gently. If you press the stamper really hard into your plate, you're not going to pick up the image. So these are all mistakes that I made over the year that I tried stamping. And then one of my good friends, Lena, she also does her nails. She is the stamping queen. She taught me so many tips and tricks on how to stamp, and she's really why I did not give up on stamping. Well, I came back to it. I gave up for a year and then came back to it. Once you have your stamps all done and they're in the areas that you want on your nail, and you have to let them fully dry. Once all your layers are fully dry, then you can go in with a layer of the Maniology smudge-free top coat. I love doing that as the base right over the stamps, and then I go in with the Seche Vide fast dry top. It's super shiny and it just seems to hold my stamp in really well, doing the combo of the two of them. Now, if you just want to use one nail polish topper, you absolutely can, but I would recommend staying with the Maniology smudge-free top coat. This way you're not going to smudge any of your beautiful stamps that you just did. And if you're doing dip nails and using dip liquids, the cool thing about that is you can still do your dip top coat on your other nails. You don't have to do the polish on them. You want to pretend like you're still top coating those nails that you stamped by basically faking it, pretending to move your brush over top of the nails so that you keep your timing right for your dip top coat. That's a trick that I learned. I don't remember, I forget how long ago I learned this, but it works really, really well when you want to still use your dip top coats on your other nails that you didn't stamp. And once my Maniology smudge-free top coat is all dry, I go with the Seche Vide fast dry top coat. If you're going to stamp with gels, then you don't have to use the Maniology sticky base or the smudge-free top coat or any kind of stamping base or top. You can just use the gels. You can stamp directly over gel base and then cover it with gel top once it's fully dry. So those are your options to use, whether you want to use nail polish, you can use the sticky base and smudge-free top, or if you're using gels, you can stamp with just gels. And if you're curious on how to stamp with gels and you want to learn more about stamping, then make sure you check out this next video where I'll teach you how to stamp with gels. Thanks so much for joining me today, nail crew.